on American Female Serial Killers, we have Suzan Bear Carson. Suzan Barnes, who later became known as Suzan Bear Carson, was part of a serial killing duo who operated between 1981 and 1983 in Northern California and the San Francisco Bay Area. She committed the murders with her husband, who was born James Clifford Carson, but had begun going by Michael Bear Carson. In 1977, Michael was still going by James Carson and was living in Phoenix, Arizona with his first wife when the wife noticed severe behavioral changes and left him with their daughter Jennifer. It was then that Carson began a relationship with Suzan Barnes, a divorcee with 2 teenage sons. The two married and became involved in illicit drugs and mysticism. They took on the new names Suzan with a Z, Bear, and Michael Bear, with Michael telling his daughter in a letter that God had given him the new name Michael. In 1980, after a year-long trip to Europe, the Carsons returned to the U.S. and lived in San Francisco, California, where they continued with their involvement with drugs and the counterculture. By this time, Michael's former wife had become so afraid that he would try to harm her and try to abduct their child that she took steps to hide herself and their daughter from him and went as far as to move numerous times and cut off contact with multiple mutual acquaintances. The first person that the two married was their 23-year-old roommate, Karen, who was an aspiring actress from Georgia. She had been stabbed 13 times and her skull crushed before being wrapped in a blanket and hidden in the basement in their apartment. After they murdered 2 more people, they were caught and they confessed, though they then retracted their confessions, but when they were convicted, they did talk about the murders more. They claimed that they had converted to a sect of Islam and were pacifists and vegetarian yoga practitioners, and that they killed people who they believed to be witches. The two are both still alive and in separate prisons for the rest of their lives.